Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I have a guest on my channel today, my beautiful mom. And if you follow me on Facebook, I shared an article about steps that you should be taking if you're interested in buying property other than your full-time home. And I thought this was a great gateway to have my mom on my channel. So I have a few questions that I'm going to ask her about her and my dad's experience. So if you're interested in this topic, then just keep on watching. This question is basically, when did you even begin to think that you would like to buy property that wasn't your full-time home?
Okay, so really it was always a dream to have a place at the beach, even if it was small.
Yeah.
So a few years ago, there were a few life-changing events, basically two, that really was a catalyst to say, let's just go ahead and do this. So the first one was I came into some unexpected money that I had not planned on, and with that money, I thought, well, why not? So I'm pretty conservative. So the other event was just a life-changing event, a health scare actually, that actually kind of made me realize that life is short and to follow your dreams. So those two things kind of fell together at the same time, stars aligned, and I thought, let's just do it.
You mentioned the stars kind of aligning. During this time, did you already have a preset wish list? Because I know you said you've always wanted a place at the beach, so you kind of knew the location, not necessarily what beach or where,
Right.
but what other things were on your wish list that say would be considered on your wish list for a full-time home?
So our family had always vacationed in the Outer Banks area, and
Beautiful place.
beautiful beaches. My husband was very interested in golf and activities, so we kind of compromised and said, you know, let's find a place where we can use year-round. We can use in later years when we retire, and be close to the beach, but have lots of activities that we can use all throughout the calendar year.
Right. My next question I am very interested in, because I don't think I know this, and since I'm a realtor myself, how did you find a realtor that you wanted to work with, since this was at the beach and we live here in the Roanoke Valley?
Right, so I had a friend that had recently purchased property in South Carolina.
Okay.
Near the area we were looking at, and she had a wonderful experience with her realtor. So I just contacted her. So I think through networking would probably be my best answer for that.
Networking, referral. So if you have someone that you know within your group of friends, coworkers, if they have gone through a similar experience, they would be a great source for a referral.
And I have to say, I did send her some pictures of places I wanted to look at that I had researched myself, and that was not a good idea. She agreed to take me to some of them, but I just have to tell you, things on the internet are not what they are in person.
Very true.
So she was very patient and took me to one or two, but she had a list based upon my needs and my budget that she felt like would be a good fit, and she was right.
Realtors know what they're talking about.
Yes.
My next question is basically, what was the biggest difference in your experience when you were buying this investment property at the beach versus buying your full-time home?
So this property wasn't for everyday living. It was for fun. So just kind of keeping that in mind, that I didn't have to worry about, you know, what school district it was. It didn't matter. It just kind of met the checklist of budget activities close to the beach.
So would you say it was kind of easier versus getting your full-time home?
It probably put me more in a perspective of, okay, let me really get down to business. I only have X amount of days to look for property. So, and my realtor was very helpful. She would say, if you walk in and this is not it, cross it off your list. Cross it off. Let's walk out. Let's pick the top three. So she was helpful in that aspect. If you walk in and it's not it immediately. You don't get that feeling. Don't talk yourself into it. Don't
That's
rush
good advice.
into it.
Don't talk yourself
Purchase.
into it. I know you've kind of already shared a little bit of advice throughout this video, but are there 3 things that you wish that you can tell anyone who is interested in taking the steps in getting investment property?
Sure. I would say number 1, follow your dreams, but be within your budget, because your investment property, if it's for fun, you want it to be a blessing and not a stressor.
Not a burden.
So you want to make sure you're staying within your budget and within your dreams, but within your budget, number 1. And you don't have to really sacrifice like your needs list. Something is out there. You're not desperate to find a home that you're gonna have to live, you know, in a temporary house.
Right.
Until just make sure you're waiting till you find what fits your need, and work with somebody that you trust, especially if it's somebody you know, that you're having to deal with from a distance.
Right.
So I would work with a realtor that you trust, that you feel like has your best interest.
So those are 3 very good points, and that last one is a good point for kind of anything, you know, for a realtor, whoever you're working with, making sure that you trust them, they have your best interest at heart. So that's great pieces of advice. So I want to say special thank you to my mom for being on my channel, my first guest, and I couldn't think of anyone better, so I really appreciate you coming on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you like this kind of thing. I have some other ideas I'd like to share with you guys. As always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!